For December 7th, our poem is called A Hymn of Heavenly Love by Edmund Spenser. Out of the bosom of eternal bliss, in which he reigned with his glorious sire, he down descended, like a most demise and abject thrall, in flesh's frail attire, that he for him might pay sin's deadly hire, and him restore unto that happy state, in which he stood before his hapless fate. In flesh at first the guilt committed was, therefore in flesh it must be satisfied. Nor spirit, nor angel, though they man surpass, could make amends to God for man's misguide. But only man himself, who self did slide. So, taking flesh of sacred virgin's womb, for man's dear sake, he did a man become. And that most blessed body, which was born without blemish or reproachful blame, he freely gave to be both rent and torn of cruel hands, who with despiteful shame, reviling him, that them most vile became, at length him nailed on a gallows tree, and slew the just by most unjust decree. O huge and most unspeakable impression of love's deep wound that pierced the piteous heart of that dear Lord with so entire affection, and sharply lancing every inner part, dollars of death into his soul did dart, doing him die that never it deserved, to free his foes that from his hast had swerved. What heart can feel least touch of so sore launch, or thought can think the depth of so dear wound, whose bleeding source their streams yet never staunch, but still do flow, and freshly still redound, to heal the sores of sinful souls unsound, and cleanse the guilt of that infected crime, which was enrooted in all fleshly slime. O blessed well of love, O flower of grace, O glorious morning star, O lamp of light, most lively image of thy Father's face, eternal King of glory, Lord of might, meek Lamb of God, before all worlds behight. How can we thee requite for all this good, or what can prize thy most precious blood? Yet not thou asked in lieu of all this love, but love of us, for garden of thy pain. Ah, me, what can us less than that behove? Had he required life for us again? Had it been wrong to ask his own with gain? He gave us life, he it restored lost. Then life were least, that us so little cost. We concluded our reflections on Chesterton's poem yesterday with those famous lines from Philippians about how Christ emptied himself, taking the form of a slave, humbling himself and being obedient to the point of death, even death on a cross. This humbling self-emptying is known as kenosis, after the Greek word for emptied in this text. Today and tomorrow we look at poems that draw us into the mystery and meaning of kenosis, one from the 16th century, the other from the 21st, both approaching the mystery with awe and wonder.